Well, so we're back with more Everlasting Summer. Those of you that might have missed the last part, there's a few videos. I put one up. I think 2 videos ago now. But if you can't find it, obviously it'll be in the playlist as well. So it's the most recent video I have besides this one that's coming up. So I figured, eventually you guys will get to it. Yeah. So. And I tend to spread my videos out anyway, so it mostly gives most of you at least enough time to at least see what's out there. If you see a video that's you don't really watch normally that I post on the channel, just ignore them and then just search for the one that you're looking for. Alright, so other than that, let's get back into this. Now, last time I left off, obviously, they were sharing a little bit of horror stories. Well, something like that with him and Ulyana here. But things are gonna get into the boring section where we have to still dealing with the shirt problem. But I'll be curious of how Ulyana deals with this whole thing. So, out of the doubts, let's see where this goes. Now, I was certain that I won't have to explain anyone the what, how, and why of Ulyana and myself being in there all night long. After falling asleep like that, that's alright. I guess my words sounded too insincere because she looked at me with disbelief. Wait a minute. What were you doing in there all this time? You wouldn't believe me. Dragging you around. Wait a moment. That means... Ayana giggled, stepped away from me, and shouted loudly. What are you thinking? Like he did. Like, are you thinking what I think you're thinking? I don't know. I'm the first for breakfast. Not a big surprise after such a deep sleep. I said, but Ayana already couldn't hear me, being far away. What if she was faking sleep the whole time, and she just wanted him to just drag her along? I could picture her doing something like that. She'd just be the type, right? He have no clue, for sleep it off, like pretend she's asleep kind of thing. I don't know. And even throwing herself on him, Maybe all that was just a ploy on her part to, like, get his attention kind of thing. But he wouldn't really know it, right? I don't know. It was unusually crowded near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen, but why were they all crowding on the porch? I came closer to try to find out what's happening. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. There were all the familiar girls organizing each other and electronic. They were having a lively conversation. I drew closer. Oh, Symbian. Where on earth have you been? I waited for you all night long, and have been searching since early this morning. Ayana told me that you left the library together yesterday. Wow. Did you know? You ratted him out, huh? I looked at Ayana. She was grinning acrimoniously. Well, we'll deal with this later. Have you seen Shark today? Nope. What's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappeared pioneers. Well, that's something new. But he was with you yesterday. No, he wasn't, actually. He was with this guy here. She was talking to electronic. Oh, okay then. Yes, he was. It is surprising how sure it could get out from this guy's nose easily like that, though. But maybe he slipped when he wasn't really paying attention where he went, and then I don't know. That happens, though. I always say you can't always monitor somebody 24/7 kind of thing, right? I mean, even if you're been around it for a little bit, uh, things happen sometimes. I don't know. So you woke up this morning. It wasn't anywhere to be found. No? When did you come to me immediately? Well, I thought that he got up earlier and went to wash up or something. Did he mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavia. For example, that he was going somewhere, for instance. Nope. What exactly is so horrifying about that? It's only 9 a.m. He might have decided to go for a walk. Sure, going for a walk? That don't sound like him at all. I don't picture him as the type to do that. Who knows, though? You don't know, Shaq. I got to know him pretty well through Alyssa's route, I should say. I don't know about that one, Sloggy. Well, maybe he doesn't because he's going through different routes each time, but I got to know that guy a little bit back there. Ah, person I'd rather not deal with on my way of dealing with this. She looked over at me seriously. I always say the quiet types are the ones you can't trust the most because you just never know what they might do, right? Well, no, I don't. Let me do some skipping on this. Oh, wait. Ulyana grinned as she gets interjected. Exactly. Time to eat anyway. The proud pioneers proceeded into the canteen. Alright, so I'm just gonna. Oh, wait. But I had. Well, me and Ulyana were placing the books on the shelves, but then she looked me there right away. I was stuck in there till morning. There. Well, I mean, she's gonna rat you out. You might as well rat her out too, right? I was at the library today, and I didn't see you there because they were hiding. I'm aware of that. Well, I left quietly. And why is Ulyana telling me something completely different? What might that be? Who knows with her? You know what her stories are like. Yes, you might be right. I can't believe her pause for a moment. Just don't think this means I believe you. Of course you don't, because he's the guy, she's the girl. Is that it kind of thing? Let's just put everything on the guys. That's how it works. I didn't think that. Okay, we'll deal with it later. I won't forget. It's more important to find Shirk now. Not really. The guy doesn't really want to be found. If he took off the way he did, it's not really going to make a difference. Yeah. Dismissed. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only three place was at the table with Alyssa and Ulyana. Okay. Take a seat. She pointed at the chair next to her. I sat down. Aren't you gonna get your food? Good idea. With her narrator, you never know with that one. I had thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look much different from yesterday's, but it looked more appetizing. Or maybe I was just very hungry. Or maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Ulyana prank. Want to go to the beach with us today? Oh boy. When? Right after breakfast. Third time in a row we're gonna see this crazy beach, right? Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today. And if I was gonna spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it? Well, getting a suntan. Sure, why not? Ah, cool. She smiled nicely. I bet you're planning another prank. No, not at all. Ulyana waved her hands at me. She sure is. Lisa grinned. She's always like that. So are you, kind of. No way. I think she's right. Nobody believes me. Of course they don't. Because people are used to what you do around them. That's what it is. Ulyana took her tray of dirty dishes and stood up. Enjoy your meal. She said in such a way which left no doubt. Nothing good awaits me today at the beach. Me and Alyssa were left alone. Oh boy. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I've got something to do. And what exactly would that be? She looked me in my eyes and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. I don't even have a swimsuit. Try on. Oh boy. This familiar scene. You think it would fit me? Give it a try. I don't think it's worth the effort. Don't be a wimp. Last time, she pretty much demanded him that he had to put it on. I'm curious how it'll be when he's not pursuing her. Might be some similar type of dialogue, right? She wanted to see him in a G-string, is what it is. I told you this girl might have some type of kinky side when I was doing her around, and it turned out to be somewhat correct and somewhat not correct too. We'll find you some swimming trunks. I would say the girl is actually more of a tease than actually anything else. It's more like you think this girl has something on her mind that you think it is, but it's actually just her leading you on kind of thing a lot of times. Those words only added to my fear. Wait for me by the canteen. I'll be back soon. Although he didn't quite get why she was inviting him to her cabin at one point. But although, in fairness too, though, she also kind of locked him in there the first time around. So I guess it would kind of, I guess you would be a little bit cautious about being in there for a second time because you never know with her, right? I don't know. But then she mentioned about grabbing alcohol and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, what is gonna happen when alcohol's involved? Think on that one. There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. Pioneers, all having their own business, hurried past me one by one. No one stopped by me. No one even looked in my direction. It seemed they didn't consider me a stranger, but exactly the opposite. Just another teenager their age, their comrade, you could say. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not as much caution as I had on the first day. And let me skip a little bit of this. Oh wait, ready for what? She gave me the trunks. Though you hardly could call them trunks. They looked like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Actually, they were boxes. I'm almost afraid to ask, but where did you get these? Too scared to put them on. Well, you know, I have not the slightest intention of doing so. I appreciated her joke, but wasn't going to make myself a laughing stock. Put them on. Oh, wow. You still are demanding about it, aren't you? This girl wants something. She tells you, though, doesn't she? She said roughly. I probably would have to look at him myself. Maybe I might think like he does. Like, I'm not worried, though. I'm good on that. You can show that face any way you want. It's not going to have no effect on me. This face has no longer has any kind of like, I don't know, scare on my part, you know. First time I saw it, yeah, it was a little bit creepy. But after you see it a few times, after a while, and she does it constantly, and you get to know this character, yeah, it doesn't really have any effect at that point. Why don't you try them on instead of me? I think that the color of this swimsuit would set up your eyes very nicely. Let's make a bet. Well, considering we lost to you this time around, but we didn't make a bet. Although we didn't lose to you, we lost to Ulyana, but still. We didn't bet with her this time around. It's kind of funny. I had no desire to accept her bets. You know, at the end of this, I'm actually going to, when I do the review on this game, the entirety of the game, after I finish everyone's round though, I'm actually going to, after playing for a little bit, I'm going to give my opinion of who I think, for people that might never played this game before, the VN, who they should start with. My personal opinion, I'll just give you guys a hint, you're looking at her right here in front of you. And I'll explain, like, obviously when I get to that point. But for now, let's get back over with it. Nothing. Alright. You either go to the beach wearing them or you swim naked. Weighing the pros and cons, even the second option seems better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all. Then I'll tell everyone that you left these trucks in my cabin. Why would I do that? How should I know? She burst into laughter. I didn't want to argue with Alyssa, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. But not in those flamboyant trucks. Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Don't be late. She went off after saying that. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and to hopefully find something like trunks. Let me skip this, because this part is too damn familiar. And she grabbed something out of trunks. Okay, so this is a familiar scene. Walked over to them and sat on the sand. Probably not going to use a thumbnail for this because I already used it twice. Maybe I'll just use this thumbnail. I don't know. It's just down there at the beach. It's not really a big deal there. I don't know. She stared at my trunks and smirked. As you can see, come on, let's swim. I don't want to. Maybe later. I was not a fan of swimming. I mean, you can get in the water. I mean, I know how to swim. It just depends, you know. Sometimes I go out there too, though. Sometimes I've gone, like, with my family when I was younger and didn't get in the water sometimes either, though. It just depends on my mood. Some days you just don't really feel like getting in, you know. I don't know. It's like, aren't you hot outside? Not really. I mean, yeah, it is kind of hot, but I don't know. I'm somebody who don't really get that, like, don't really sweat their asses off kind of thing when too much heat starts getting. I mean, if there's too much, then that's a different story. But usually, like, I don't know. And I don't wear, like, light clothing. You know what I mean? I, somewhat in the summer I do, but I wear just, you know, regular clothes, you know, in the summer. You know, most people get out, get shorts out and all kinds of other stuff. Not me, though. I don't know. Guess I'm a little bit weird. But I am kind of from the north, too, though, in the States. You know, maybe when you're up north, you're kind of used to, like, you know, the full seasons of, you know, winter and all that kind of stuff. You get used to it after a while. I don't know. The girls ran into the water. Why did I come here? Because Alyssa dragged you there, and Ulyana wanted you to, and asked you about it as well at some point. Should I care about it now? Sophie and Ox seemed normal. Well, you apparently went there without thinking about it much. Certainly, a lot of strange things have happened to me during these 3.5 days, but not one of them taken serious separately seemed at all supernatural. Getting into the water? No. Especially since I didn't get any closer to finding so much as a clue. And you're not gonna find it until I get on that route. On the contrary, everything that has happened has only confused me more. What alternatives do I have? I won't get any truth from the local residents, though I doubt they even know it. Now, apparently, you guys don't have to tell me, but apparently, this person that's gonna get a reveal, the main plot of this game. Apparently, this girl knows him. Now, I can't since I can't really confirm it since I haven't really got that far yet to see what her route is about. That's the only thing I picked up on. Doing some reading, a little bit of reading on the game. You know, because usually when you're doing stuff like that, the game usually doesn't reveal that much. But when you're looking for reviews sometimes, every once in a while, people would kind of spoil things or leak shit sometimes. Yeah, and so I ended up reading some stuff. But yeah. How far can I walk, considering that I don't even know where I am? Turns out that my only option is to wait. After some time, the girls came back. Ulyana held something in her hands. Look! I looked up and saw a crayfish. Just a normal crayfish. Ulyana lay next to me and started to torment it. Leave the poor animal alone. Why? Nice ass. That ass. I don't know. And looking at this picture, doesn't it seem like where Ulyana is, even though it's actually not on Alyssa, but considering how this picture is drawn, how this is, you know, how this is seen is, it looks like she's got it on her, you know, right here. You know, I don't know. It's just something I thought of. So what? So what? It has a right to live too. I rip his claws off and ask the cook to boil it for dinner. As if he had nothing else to eat. Why are you worried? I would be asking him why he's worried about it so damn much. I looked at Alyssa. She seemed to be totally uninterested in Ulyana's fun with the poor sea creature. Tell her. What's wrong? It's a crayfish. Deserves it. It deserves it. You know, this, you think about it, does a bug actually deserve to be squished when we step on him? We usually really see him. Probably not, but usually we do it because we don't want him getting into shit, right? I don't know. That's just, I'm saying, it's like if you see one around your house once in a while, right? If you see something crawling, kind of thing, it's like, uh, did he ask to be stepped on? Probably not, you know. But I don't want him anywhere near anything that might, he might get into. I don't know. Outside, I tend to ignore bugs, so it doesn't really make a difference outside, you know. It looked like the girls missed their lessons on nature in primary school and lacked empathy for the environment. Give it. I snatched the crayfish off Ulyana. See yourself. I was a little surprised she didn't resist. I looked into the eyes of the poor animal. It didn't express anything at all, but I thought that if it could speak, it would certainly be outraged. Maybe it would even go to the UN Convention of Human Rights. What in the world are you thinking? To tell the truth, I wasn't sure that would help. UN. I took the crayfish to the river and set it free. All I gotta say about those people is screw 'em. They think everybody should live a certain way. I mean, whether you're a meat person or you're not a meat person, I think people should just let people be whatever they are. You know, I'm not the one that's out actually killing the animal. I mean, there's some people that some of the slaughters I can admit, or some of them places go a little too far, like where like when they kill them, sometimes they don't check all the time how you know they say that sometimes the meat gets a little bit mishandled sometimes. Yeah, I've heard stories about that sometimes. But I'm not somebody that eats a lot of meat anyway, especially pork, usually. But it doesn't mean I don't eat any. You know, it's like, it just depends on my mood, you know. But I eat a variety of different things. Fish is actually good for you. Same thing with chicken. Although chicken's got a little more fat in it, though. Pork is actually, it depends on how you go about it, though. Uh, Pork, believe it or not, I would say is the type of meat that's not always as healthy for you because it's the type of stuff that they feed pigs most of the time. And, uh, and it's because usually for us, usually for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we only have turkey for both the times. Some people switch that up by the time you get to Christmas. Not us. We usually only eat turkey. That's usually about it. Although I hear stories about that their meat from a turkey is not the greatest either. I don't know. Guess it depends on how you look at it. There's some meat I won't eat though. Like, and I've tried it. I won't eat deer meat. Like, I've tried it one time, maybe when I was little. Didn't really know what I was eating. My uncle gave me something like what he used to hunt. He doesn't do it anymore. But I tried that. Yeah, I did not like the taste of that at all. So that is something I will not eat. And it's a little bit weird on it, you know. Some of you guys realize that people used to hunt sharks, right? They used to sell shark meat. Yeah, you're not really allowed to do that anymore because you have certain ones that kind of go extinct out there. Uh, but there's some things that I would say I don't think really should be ate by people. That's just the way I look at it. But certain other foods, that's just fine. Small fish, no big deal there. Because there's plenty of them. Tuna, for example, multiply like crazy, you know. Yeah, said Ulyana. No doubt about it. I mumbled. Time passed and I was getting sleepy. I fell asleep, okay? I don't remember what I was dreaming about, if I was dreaming at all. But I woke up when someone shook my shoulder. Let me guess, it's gonna be her. Yeah, Olga Dimitrov stood next to me. She's gonna ask about stupid, sure. Did you come to swim too? I asked, till half asleep. No. It's almost time for lunch, and we still can't find Shark. The leader said, standing before me in a wet swimsuit. And? I want you to look for it. It seems like I'm the only pioneer in this entire camp. You're useful, Semyon. Maybe that's what she sees in you. I don't know. That would get on my nerves a little bit. Somebody constantly asking me to do things, but I don't know. Let me just skip this because it's a familiar scene I don't really care about. So, oh, Well, obviously we have some choices here, so I'm not exactly sure where these are gonna go, but I need to do ones that have to do with Ulyana though, or wherever she's gonna be. So let me do some stuff here, and then I'll get right back to you guys in a moment. See where this all goes. I don't think these choices matter, but you never know though. So give me a moment. Okay, so there wasn't really too much back there that had anything to do with Oyana. And only one of them was with Alyssa, so I didn't want to do that one twice. So I just skipped past it a little bit. But there is going to be some choices that we're going to do here that's familiar. So I'm just going to breeze through these. Uh, I just agree with that for now. Ooh, whoop, nothing. Give me a second. I found the pills in the first drawer I opened. There is a choice for her. Thank you, doctor. She smiled cheerfully. Watching her yawn out, I could not imagine how such an optimistic and active child could have any health problems. Let's see. Overdose of stolen candies, right? Got food poisoning from the canteen. Okay. Now, the walkthrough says got food poisoning from the canteen, I think. Well, there's another choice. I think this one needs, I don't know where that one goes, so we're gonna go with this one here. Considering the local cuisine, it's not that surprising. Maybe. She smirked. I see you're still alive and kicking. Well, I'm not complaining. Bye. Okay. Liana ran out of the infirmary, slamming the door. Again, I went back to studying Soviet fashion trends. Time passed, but the nurse was still absent. I wasn't searching for sure, wasn't looking for any clues considering my situation. I was just sitting and flipping through a magazine. Let's skip a little bit because Ayana's going to come to the door here in a second. Okay, so you, uh, she wants something. I can't remember what. Uh, okay, ask about the bundle. I don't think it really makes a difference though. So, and she only has 1 point from what I noticed. Okay, so we'll just go with this anyway. And then Alyssa, since considering we did the last time, we're gonna ignore her once again. I admit it honestly. Okay then. It's even better without the mess. She murmured. Are you sick? I asked acidly. Alyssa didn't answer and came closer to me. Move over. Why? So I can open the drawer, isn't it obvious? What for? Yeah, I agree. None of your business. I wish it was my business, damn it. I wanted to know about that back there, and the game kind of get it off screen without him involved. I don't know. Well, I'm kind of in charge here. She gave it a moment's thought. Well, give me some activated carbon. Stomach ache? Yeah. That look? Come on, Seb, you use a brain. She ain't using it for that reason. She grinned sharply. I got the feeling there was something wrong here. Yeah, we're not gonna give it to her, obviously, so... Consider it's like, okay, back and forth, you know. We did one plot, and then now we're doing it against her again. I don't know. Really a stomach ache. Really? Doesn't seem so. Well, do I have to toss my lunch all over the place for you to believe me? I don't know what terrible things to be done with activated carbon, but I'm sure you will think of something. She's thinking about fire. She hesitated. And what if you're right? There. I do it. But I'm certainly not giving you anything. Unless they're trying to get to the drawers, but I blocked the pillbox with my chest like Alexander Bustersaw. Alexander, I think I read this before, so you guys could read that if you want. I'm just going to forward this because it's irrelevant to what's going on here. So we're gonna skip past this. Let's see. Like I said, this portion of when it comes to this day, it drags a little bit for me, somewhat. Lena, I think is the last one. Yeah. Oh, we don't eat the apple. Eat the apple has to do with Eula, but she's not around for him to really have any bearing on this choice yet. So we're not gonna do it once again. So let's just forward this. Okay. Alright, let's see. Miku, yeah, familiar scenes, but I'm just gonna skip past a little bit here. Oh boy. That's the thing about VN. Sometimes you wish that once in a while they would change things up when you're doing somebody else. But this game doesn't really play out like individual. I mean, even though you're trying to get with one person at a time, the game plays out pretty much with everybody involved. So like you go through the game and then you make choices along the way, and whoever you have the most points with, that's who you're gonna end up with. So it's a little bit different, obviously, than some typical VNs where you have individual routes. Where once you get on a route, you don't really see anything else that what somebody else's do. This one here, it's a little bit more like Kato and Shoujo in that regard, somewhat similar. A little different though, but instead of dealing with points in that one though, you're not dealing with points in the Kato and Shoujo, but it still plays out in similarly, like you do a little bit of backtracking. This one kind of repeats certain scenes as well, somewhat. There's some differences here and there when you go and do focusing on an individual person, but other than that, there's really not much difference here or there. Because once you've seen pretty much a quarter of the game, you pretty much seen everything with the exception of the main plot, and that's pretty much it. Big Goose route is also slightly different than everybody else's as well because she doesn't go by point system. You just make choices to get on her thing, and that's pretty much that. So let's see, do some more skipping because it's at least get to a point where I need to be because I'm gonna try to do this a little bit fast. And they're talking about the bomb. Okay, you think so? Show me your hands, Tibetchikai. What's wrong with them? I looked closer and saw that they were smeared with black. Now it's clear. What did you make a bomb with? The junior terrorist seemed to hesitate over whether or not to confess, but then blurted out promptly. Activated carbon. Sapeta sulfur. Wait a minute. Carbon? Carbon that she stole from the first aid kit. You were there. You probably didn't see her grabbing it, right? Or maybe you were distracted by something else and that's how she was able to make off with what she took. I don't know. Why exactly the monument? What did this automat ever do to you? To fight her for the rights of... I can only imagine how long she would have kept on scolding Alyssa if Electronic had... Ah, come on, phone. Jeez. Come on. Oh, wait. Had popped out at that very moment, shouting. Found it. Found it. Let's skip. Like I said, this part I don't really care for. Because, like, the only part that's going to matter to me here is the choice that we need to do to take Ulyana with us. So that's pretty much all. Whoop. I don't know what the hell that was. Did I just pick something without realizing? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Oh, I did not mean to do that at all. Let me do some vacuum here. I'll be right back in a moment. Okay, so we're back where I needed to be. Some reason I did not see this choice come up. I accidentally hit go alone. I did not mean to do that. So we're gonna go with Ulyana though. See where this goes. Count me in. I looked at Ulyana astonished. Her thirst for adventure seemed to have no limits. Look, night, ghosts, an old camp. It's great. On the one hand, such company always promises trouble, but on the other hand, it feels safer going together. Perfect. Happy said our goodbyes to the other girls and all good to meet you now, but we were left alone. Do you consider this just an entertaining walk? Why, yes. What's the matter? Ulyana giggled. Never mind, really. I sighed. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna fetch a flashlight. Okay. I was just about to suggest that myself. It seemed I would not only have to visit an abandoned camp at night, but also look after a fidgety child. Well, since it's Ulyana, I should be twice as cautious. Electronic had told us the old building was right after the war. Built, I should say. It looked like a kindergarten or like a barracks I expected and definitely could hold less pioneers in today's camp. It had been abandoned for about 20 years. Ulyana skipped forward as if everything was just a game to her. I was ill at ease. Actually, that was normal for a person in my situation, and the night forest with scary animals and birds eager to swoop down on you. The full moon, and this whole other world I had come into not too long ago. I might be better off all alone, without needing to look after Ulyana who was running in front of me. Now, how has it, she tripped over something yet? Listen, be careful. Oh, what? She turned around so quickly that I shivered. Nothing. You may hurt yourself. Are you worried about me? Of course I am. I mean, that's normal in such a situation. Ulyana pouted. Listen, I decided to continue our conversation. It's more relaxing and less scary this way. But what is it about that old camp you were saying back there, square? Yeah, it's a really scary place. They say that all the pioneers died there and became ghosts, which guard their last earthly refuge. Was that the story you made up back there when you guys were sharing horror stories? Have you been down there? Maybe that's why you came up with the story. I don't know. What did they die from? It was kind of hard to believe her scary tales. How should I know? I wasn't even born back then. Well, you say it so confidently. I got information from a reliable source. And where would that be from? From Alyssa? Not gonna tell you. So what happened next? They died and became ghosts? That's all. What do you mean that's all? And now the souls of the dead pioneers roam around the camp, take everyone who dares to enter the world of the dead. Good lord, that face. Wow, okay, move along. But once, he actually sees the scared we're going in through here than these other characters. I don't know. It's curious how this is going to go. Time passed, we went deeper into the depths of the woods where the trees enclosed everything. Suddenly I realized that the forest had gone completely silent. As if the night birds had hidden and waiting for something and the insects had dug into the ground, even the wind had died away. I imagined that the streams of moonlight breaking through the thick foliage were ringing like plucked strings. At last, trees parted and we walked out to a large glade. In the middle of it was an old building resembling a kindergarten. Okay, and this is where I need to be because where we were gonna be going. So, a few little uh, screw ups on my part, but eventually here we are. So, hope you guys enjoyed this part. And I'll be back with another one, obviously, as usual. So, yeah. If you see other videos, just know that there'll be parts of this up there as well. You just may have to search the channel sometimes. But otherwise, I will see you guys next time.